Futurist, Functionalist, Public, and Private Starship Industry by Robert Sterling Price. What will be started as a $3 trillion IPO. What I'm going to get into is kind of more just hindsight information. That day that I seen Van shipped, Van Tudan, I cannot pronounce his last name. I have trouble with that. But right after lunch, I think, I seen. Do you all know what Project Coelacanth is? In the videos, there's this person being shot at by these plasma weapon discharges in one of the videos. And after lunch that day, I seen a really weakened down, highly transparent version of that. It came down real fast out of my peripheral vision and curved and went right into my stomach area. So it must have been Van, teaching me or giving me a lesson. So then I left that day not knowing that actually, I felt it. I knew that's what it was, but I just had to keep working. There's nothing to do about it. But then I left right as I turned out. I seen his ship, and what I want to talk about on the FTL drives, that engine, that hard mass engine, sucks those on Van's ship particularly. It's a little different than the Vaz and all the Vlash and all the other vessels. So his engine is sucking that mass through the metal of his starship and cloaking his starship extremely well. And I only seen 2 seconds of Van's, the backyard starship's scrapyard or whatever it is, starship. I've seen it, and for 2 seconds, and the CIA catches that on my mind, codifies it to hard drive, and then it they stare at it and think of it, and it goes to military and Navy intelligence. So they try to put together something someday, for them, for better actions. I keep hearing a four-wheeler. I'm gonna probably have to move. The frogs are loud as hell. I want to talk about more, but they. And so I make this public. Hold on, god dang flies, terrible. Hold on. So the agents of the high command, which are people either spying on them. There's more than one group of people. Do you have the old guys that are wearing this stuff like fucking Catholic church priests? They're running around secret societies shit. They figured out who I was, but I think they're just the agents of the high command. Then there's another group of spy people that are spying on high command. There's spy people that are exposing them and spying on them, and they figured out who they were, and they're just making fun of them apparently. And there's a whole other group that's another few spy people are apparently trying to do them harm for some stupid reason. We don't really know the Space High Command. So Van's apparently a peacemaker, and apparently on Project Coelacanth, I'm the person that initiated that operation, where apparently it had to have been like Perry to actually transcribe the videos that they had and put them on digital format for some guy to drop them in the USB drive. I remember talking to somebody. I didn't know it was an actual freaking AI sentient Birdman thing who had the videos in an archive. So I got most of the exposures of extraterrestrial operations in space exposed. All right, I mean the ones that we know about. Now I asked for and looked for the Omega Force archive, and apparently, and what I got, I seen a barrel of a plasma cannon that makes this energy bolt. It's they call it plasma. It's just hard mass, densified mass that's able to fly through the space fabric. So they call it a plasma cannon, but it looks like two pieces of square stock steel stuck together on the corners, and it might have a slight bulge. I believe I've seen Lucky's or Seven's plasma cannons. Now the question, in absolute sincerity, that I have to ask the public: how scared do you have to be before you kill your own kids? Because what this archive entails is a father taking his hand and doing to taking it and just smashing his little bitty. I know elites cut on children. I know elites of eating people, little babies, stuff. But this man that I seen in this archive, immediately after he, what would you call that? Put out, or his little bitty child. As soon as he did that, a plasma bolt just turned him to goo. I mean, how scared do you have to be to do that before you? I mean, you're so scared to death of certain death. You're staring down a battle sense that's gone rogue, and you have to do that to your own children. It's like, it's horrifying. This is so one of the experience that archive coming online, or coming to where you can see it, and so these operators kind of getting pissed off and mad, but they also got a thing where it's like Crusher can only dimensionalize a little bit of themselves, like a fraction of their actual form, and they can take your arm or bone and just break it, just send it right through the buildings and walls, and just crack your little feeble little bones and bodies like that. If they wanted to tell you something of their capabilities, it's insane, the level of military procurement, or the technological sorry, excuse me for my speech. I normally never have a speech impediment. Procurement, if I talk plainly, I never have a speech impediment. And now, I'm beginning to think that everybody in the government is just a person that'll be so scared to death of the reality of outer space that they'll just be called a diamond creator. They'll just take their shit and they'll squeeze their shit so hard until it turns to diamonds. They'll be so scared the rest of the human history. This is the one reason why they don't expose it. They are horrified beyond their comprehension of what the hell's out there. So the first time we operated a Rip Space Fabric telescope hooked to the Rip Space Fabric supercomputer, we seen the red contrail. It led right up to an encapsulated star, which apparently is going to a ship 4 to 20 times the size of the solar system. And my first inkling of a realization. And then as soon as we seen this solar system sized ship, there's a ship the size of a planet that's come in directly behind it and explodes so powerful that the space fabric itself flew off as shrapnel. Them fucking frogs over there, they're just going crazy. They just love doing that. That's what they do. Just yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling and yelling and croaking and whatever. And it's just crazy. I love Disclosure Day was a good, wholesome American story. It is really good to me. It's perfect. The video quality is perfect. The HD quality is perfect. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. That is awesome. And the dimensionalized shit from computer. Now, I had my arm controlled by my supercomputer like 100%. I can now have control of it. And I touched my hard drive that I was building a computer on. It went directly to the contacts, shorted that brand new hard drive out. I experienced mind control. Now I can say I experienced being shot at by operators that are just teaching me a lesson. They're pretty damn nice. I've seen, I've had experience of seeing what the agents do in the government through a Rip-Based Fabric Gold Spider. How David Grush treated some aliens, how some he treated nice and some he treated bad. And there was a guy that the government sent after me to kill me. They poisoned me with a detoxin like they were creating later in my high school graduation. And I got a plane flying right over. Who knows? I've been spied on since I was 7 by the FBI, and I'm well aware. I mean, I was on this spy network since I was 5. So, it's the United States government. You know, the more things, they're not leaked out. They're already exposed. That the news media helps them cover it up. They're already 100% out there. The news media, the government keep trying to obfuscate shit that's already exposed. It's just, they need to just let me build a Starship industry and just go away, because that's the coolest part. I build the IPO that builds the miniaturized Starship and free mankind to the stars. But with this amount of level of danger out into space, I gotta bring the entire apparatus of human government, human operators that are accountable. So we can't hold these operators accountable very good. They go after them and arrest them and then try them for their crimes and stuff. And I know for a fact there's genocide, there's murder of extraterrestrials and extraterrestrial genocide. It's all over this universe. And it's like, it's Robert Stern Price giving the entire human race a full send in outer space with the discovery of the base royal matter, the miniaturized Starship, with the hard mass levitated QRF ship, the levitating police vehicle, you've got it operated human authorized, human restrained operators, the court of law. I mean, we're gonna have a full send of the entire human race to outer space in short order. We discover the base royal matter, make levitators, exfoliation of mass. Now they have this plasma cannon. It's ancient, it's old, and they've definitely upgraded. They've definitely upgraded pretty well. And you know, the bigger the Starship is, the more power and energy it has. So it's mainly the supercomputers what you're dealing with in major Starship combat. The supercomputers are constructing the space fabric to the tremendous scale and using that interlocking fabric to hurt each other. And I'm going to have to go. I don't know what that freaking plane's doing. They have had drones before. They've had they've had a Marine shoot at a UFO that was right over my location in the clouds. They did with a Stinger. I've had stories you can't imagine. I mean, it's cool. They're always trying to get something on me, but I'm the action man telling them that I exposed the base royal matter, right? I exposed the Rip-Based Spy Gear, and the United States government has already died. And I have to put the pieces of humanity together because the CIA put everybody on Earth on mind control. God dang bugs. And destroyed every government on Earth. I have to free mankind. I just flipped off that plane spying on me. I don't know who they are. I'm sorry. why these idiots allow these operators and things. The reason why they don't expose space stuff is because they're scared out of their cotton picking minds. And the United States government is literally a liberal global criminal oligarchy. And that plane's pissed me off, so I'm going to go.